Director of the Policy Institute at King's College London and Chair of the Campaign for Social Science. To me, the Campaign for Social Science has always been important because it is not for its own sake, not to make our case or special pleading for us, but because it brings real value and insight into the big questions that we have to answer today. Social science has a huge role to play in understanding those situations, coming to the right conclusions, to inform better decision making, to improve society and people's lives. That is our crucial role. And at this particular time when we're facing so many challenges, the central insights that you get from social science become more important than ever.
Unlike most of the other big publishers, Sage was actually founded with a social science imagination at its heart. We were founded by Sarah Minna-McCune, who started the company nearly 55 years ago, with a really deep belief in the value and importance of social science knowledge and the need to disseminate it. And she, in various ways, encouraged the innovation of publishing in social science. Mainly people know it through research methods, from the little green books through to our work in qualitative research and evaluation. But it's gone across to all the social science disciplines and has been really fundamental to the identity and the DNA of our company. And that animating spirit is as true today as it ever was. And so our goal now is to make sure that Sarah's vision carries on for the next 50-something years. I should mention that Sarah is 79 today and she's still as actively interested in whether Sage is continuing that vision now as she was at the beginning.
Social science has a key role in all the grand challenges that the government and others have set out that face the country and other countries around the world. In terms of dealing with our ageing society, for example, understanding how people live, what they want from their lives, and understanding how they think about these issues and then how they will act, both as individuals and groups, is central to that. Understanding our productivity challenge and implementing things that will improve that for the future, a key aspect for Britain right now when we have to look more globally, our position in the world. Greatly informed by obviously economics, but also social psychology, lots of aspects of our understanding about how people behave, how people think and behave. You can run through all of the grand challenges from technological to the societal, and social sciences is key to that. And one of the things that I'm very aware of, coming from my background in the private sector, is how much private sector businesses rely on the types of insights, expertise, knowledge that comes from the social sciences. This is about improving Britain economically, societally, and for individuals to make lives better.
On a talk given just last month by Sir Patrick Vallance, who's the government's chief scientific advisor, in which he listed out the 700 ARIs, which are the areas of research interest that are being explored by various government ministries. And they range from, you name it, from knife crime to smart cities to well-being. And in his talk, and he comes as a non-social scientist, he said that fully 63% of those ARIs are best approached primarily with a social science angle. And I think that speaks to the fact that social science runs far and wide through almost every aspect of our contemporary issues today. So an author of ours recently, Rom Harre, dearly departed, but his last book for Sage started with a headline that said, "The universe is made of two things, molecules and meaning." And he has got background in physics, he started in physics. But I think that social sciences and the allied disciplines that are looking to understand and improve society are interested in understanding the nature of meaning. And for our times today, you couldn't have a better and more important research agenda.
I think right now the United Kingdom doesn't feel particularly united. Obviously all the arguments over Brexit, sometimes really quite inflamed and toxic arguments that they were, I think has revealed something of a scar across UK society, which probably has been there for a long time, but we've never really noticed it before. But I think it's quite dangerous if we don't make ourselves aware of it and perhaps think about what we need to do about it. So as a journalist who covers the UK, tries to understand how this country is changing and how it thinks about itself at a time of such huge change for the United Kingdom, of course, actually trying to understand what that divide is and what, in the Prime Minister's word healing might look like in the days, months and years ahead. My job, I see, is trying to tell the story of changing Britain, and what's more important than understanding the way people think about themselves, think about the wider world, how they relate. So social science is absolutely fundamental to the job that I have and the stories I'm trying to tell. I use all kinds of ways of trying to get to that. I mean, yes, we do the obvious vox pops, which have their limitations and their critics, but actually, you know, overall I think it's a good idea just to talk to people, so I'm not going to chuck them entirely in the bin. We do sort of more like sort of focus groups, but in a kind of telly way. So we'll invite, we'll use a company like Britain Thinks helps us quite a lot with this, to assemble perhaps 12 people, 10 or 12 people who might have different views and backgrounds to discuss a topic of particular interest at that moment. And then we'll actually spend real time with those people, talking through the issues, and at the end of it, so it is a sort of vox pop, but you get a lot deeper. And then we do work with polling companies and survey companies where we do both big surveys, sometimes just snapshots on individual questions. We also use proper sort of focus groups as well, just to get an idea of what people are thinking and so on. So all kinds of ways that we try and sort of work out what's happening, and you know, obviously the real skill is asking the right questions of the right people in the right way. We don't always get it right, but I think it is really the only way for us to try and understand what's actually going on out there.